Hello there and welcome. We continue in this adventure of learning about Azure Container Apps. And today I'm joined with my friend here.
And hello, I'm Justin here.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So Justin, we did launch ad security
And last
split of
time,
microservices,
yes,
right?
that's correct. Last time we did the splitting monolithic application into the microservice architecture. Now, what's the next step?
So next step is often like right now we use the AZD app. It's very convenient, but in the life of an application, there's a point where we want some automation, right? Where we want like a CI/CD,
Mm-hmm.
continuous
Mm-hmm.
integration, continuous deployment. Like you do some change in the code,
Mm-hmm.
and that code got compiled and deploy. So
That's
I'm suggesting we do that. What do
right.
you?
Okay.
Does it sound like a good plan?
That's really a good plan. So, which CI/CD pipeline are we going to use now?
Look, so we can do both GitHub and Azure DevOps, but
Okay.
for today, we'll use GitHub.
Okay. Sounds very good. So, I'm
Okay,
looking forward to it.
excellent. Let me show you. So here on my screen, you can see that's the website we deploy in all the other session. It's our eShop. And what we will do today is we'll do some change in this message here, and then we'll use a CI/CD to push that change in the code, and it should trigger our CI/CD.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go back to the code. Here I'm having that code. So let's change this. So welcome, welcome. Let's go with very simple. I like simple. Welcome. That's our new message. Wonderful. So the way it worked, and I'm already in chapter 5. I already run the AZD init.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like ready to continue.
That's right.
So the tool that we have here to help us, if I check in the terminal, is AZD pipeline config.
Uh-huh.
I'll already run it. So for me, it will be a little bit different, but I just want it to be smoother for me while I'm recording.
Uh-huh.
So usually it will ask you, do you want to do GitHub or Azure DevOps? Then you select, and then it will ask you some questions about where you want to go. Right now, because I already run that command one time, it already know and the information is saved in my file. But we can see here it's creating some variable and updating some variable. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see that in a moment.
Right. So where
So
are
right
those
now,
information stored?
sorry?
Where are those information stored?
Yeah, so I will show you later. They are in GitHub. So right now,
Okay.
AZD is connecting to GitHub using some API and
Mhm.
creating some secrets for us,
Aha.
and then it will be used. So now it's asking me, it did create a file. Usually it's asking me, but now the file is already created because I took some advance here and I said, hey, would you like to commit and push your local changes?
No.
Let's do no for now because I want to show you how you should do it. So I will say no for now. We're not pushing anything. And I want to show what happened. So if I look in the repository here, now I will see, let's zoom in. I have a new folder here, GitHub, right?
Mhm.
If I open that one, I will have workflows. And inside, I have a new file called Azure-Dev YAML. And
Mhm.
that's a workflow. That was just creating for us.
Okay.
So I don't want to go in all the details, but like it's looking on the main branch and it will start jobs when the condition are okay. And we're using the same variable here that we saw. And here I did change to make sure I was like going in my specific folder. See
Mhm.
here, I did like add the folder because we are not at the root. This solution contained multiple times the project, so we need to specify which one we are going to, and it will go using the login, and it will go build, and it will go deploy. So
Mhm.
it's using the same command you will be using, but then it's doing it for you.
Okay.
So now that,
basically, what I am doing in the terminal on my local machine is exactly done within the workflow.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's automation. It's not magic. So
Okay.
you're building a script using different command,
Mm-hmm.
and then those command will be saved in GitHub
Mm-hmm.
and they will run. So let's push, and I will go then on GitHub while it's running. We'll have time. We'll go there. So here, let's say update the workflow. I'm coming, voila, and I'll be pushing the change. I could have also used the git command. I really like clicking around. It's the same difference. Look like I'm doing a lot on internet. Maybe I'm like recording or something. My computer is getting slower. Okay, so let's go back here and I will go in GitHub. That's my GitHub repository, right? And now if I go in the action, I should see that little one
There you
here
go.
running, update workflow. That's the one we just pushed, right? I recognize the message. So we see this and now it's running. I'll just like expand. So now apparently it's building. So it did initialize and now it's building. So while it's building, let me show you, we mentioned those secrets that was created, where they are.
Okay.
So at the top of my GitHub Pro, I have multiple tabs and one is setting. So we go there. And after that, from the left menu, if I scroll, there's secret and variable just
Mm-hmm.
here in the security group. And I can go action because it's related to my GitHub action.
Okay.
I go here. And now if I have secrets and I have variables,
Mm-hmm.
and I see here the variables, so AKA chapter 5, that's exactly the chapter we're doing. And the
Mm-hmm.
other here are GUID that were generated by AZD and
Mm-hmm.
push. So now, both because AZD had access to my Azure subscription
That's
and
right.
also to my GitHub repository because I did logged in, give him it permission,
Mm-hmm.
it was able to share information. And now that information is saved here.
Okay.
So nobody has access. It's not shared in the GitHub action. It was just referring to variables.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any secrets. I don't have any GUID. I don't have any password. So that's the best way to do it. It's very secure that way.
Okay.
So now if we go back to action, look like it's still running. So you know what? Let's pause here and I will jump into the future when this is done to show you the difference. Okay, so we are now 5 minutes in the future and it's not, 4 minutes in the future and the build was succeed. So we could see all the step here, everything run completely. The job is complete. So now if I go back to that website, right, we still see that because I didn't refresh. So now if I refresh the page, I should see the welcome if everything worked as we assume. And
There you go.
voila. So now, Justin, every time you will be helping me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we can work together. And like when we push code to the GitHub repo,
Mm-hmm.
it get compiles and publish, and maybe it go automatically in a dev environment or something like that. I wouldn't suggest like having it like every time going in prod, but now we could have like a CI/CD just like that, and using Azure Developer CLI really simplify the process to create that CD.
That's correct.
That's all I have. And see you in the next one.